Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Delicate Medical Fitness. Please like, comment and subscribe, that would be much appreciated. And today I will talk about my weight management or weight maintenance, how I managed to keep the weight off that I have for all these years. So just a bit recap, yeah. So I was 96 kg, so come down to 56 kg, so that's 40 kilos, and I have been like this for the last almost 9 years now. So, a lot of people say that it's hard to keep the weight off after the 5 years, that a lot of people on that lost weight, that put weight on after 5 years. Here I am, another proof that it's not quite true, yeah. So I've been here for like 9 years like this and don't plan to putting weight back on, yeah. So I train now 3 to 4 times a week. When I train, I normally train the whole of my body. So I do each of the muscle groups and the cardio, and that normally takes me anything between 40 to 50 minutes, so anything under an hour. And I do that anything 3 to 4 weeks, depending how my body feels. So let's say I have done all of my body on Monday and I have really focused on my legs, and my legs next day they are feeling sore, let's say Tuesday, yes, so I wouldn't do legs, I would do something tiny bit like like a stepper for the cardio on legs or something like that, and focus more on the rest of my body. And then let's say on Wednesday again I will do all of the body, including the legs and so on. Yes, so 3 to 4 times a week, depending where I am with my work schedule as well, because sometimes as the personal training gets really busy and it body gets tired as well, because all day you spend on the gym floor demonstrating, showing things how to for people how to perform the exercises. Then also sometimes I do exercises with them, but very rarely to encourage people. Yeah, so sometimes it can tell, take a toll on the body as well. So that those weeks when I'm very busy, I might cut my training to 3 times a week. Yeah, and then with regards to the food, so I normally observe the time restricted eating. So that's the intermittent fasting, some people like to call it, but intermittent fasting can be all different ways. Yeah, so you could be eating 5 days fasting, yeah, and then or very low calorie intake, and then 2 days eating normally. There are many different variations. So time restricted eating is that you restrict your food window to 6 to 8 hours, yeah, or anything above that. You know, sometimes it's not quite possible to just restrict to 6 to 8 hours. Yeah, we have different lives. Sometimes something happens. Yeah. So generally, I would start my day with breakfast. That would be around 11, 12. If I don't do anything on that particular day, I would eat my breakfast later, but normally it's 11, because I normally start work at 12. However, if I start late, I don't have nothing on the day. I might even have my first meal around 2, yeah, or when I feel hungry. So also it's good to not just focus on the times and stuff, but also how your body feels, yeah. And then I would start my day with a slice of toast, 2 eggs, half an avocado or beans or something like that. Sometimes just a toast and 2 eggs. I do make my own bread. So the bread I would butter it, and then eggs, whatever I would boil it, fry it, omelette, scramble, whatever I feel that day I would eat, yeah. And then during the day, around anything between 4 to 6 o'clock, I will have my dinner. So that would be cooked dinner. I really need to stretch the importance of cooking, yeah, because if we don't have already cooked meal or we haven't planned that meal, we can very easily to resort of eating junk food, and that doesn't help us, yeah. So meal prep is kind of key to keep the weight off and maintain that healthy lifestyle, yeah. So that's most of my days I do eat my own cooked food, so that would be like, you know equal amounts. I try to eat equal amounts of carbs, proteins and fats in one meal, yeah. So that's more balanced. If I just carb load, I'm really hungry like after an hour, yeah, so that doesn't really work for me, yeah. So then I have that main meal, and then sometimes in the evening, because I finish work 9, sometimes 10, so I can get a bit hungry that time. So I would eat porridge. Oat porridge works well for me. It doesn't raise my blood sugar, so I make it in full fat milk, cup of milk, or sometimes I do semi-skimmed, and then I add 6 tablespoons of jumbo oats, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and a little bit of salt. And at the end, once the oats have cooked off, I add butter and let them sit, and then I eat them. My calorie intake per day is pretty low, yeah, so that's between 1,200 to 1,500. I know before you jump on my head, it's due to the polycystic ovary syndrome, yeah, so that's why my calorie intake is so low, even though my lifestyle is active. If I do eat that advised 2,000 calories, yeah, I would be putting on weight, so I do have to restrict a little bit more, but that works well for me, so that's absolutely fine. And it's also advised for certain conditions is to reduce your calorie intake up to 400 calories, yeah, to maintain due to these health conditions, yeah. So all of that is possible. Then I do stretching 2 to 3 times a week, depending on my schedule. Stretching very important. The body can't really function painlessly, and the gym work would suffer if I wouldn't stretch. And then I also have a massage ball, so I put this against the wall, and then I roll my back, so release all that any muscular or fascial tension that I would accumulate through the training and working, yeah. Then very important I have found for myself is to get enough night's sleep, so I would have anything between 7 to 8 hours every night. Obviously sometimes we're getting less, but I do find that it really affects me, yes. So some people can really well function on 4 to 5 hours. I can't, so I do need to get my 7 to 8 hours at least, yeah. Then also it's been proven that every hour that we get less sleep, the testosterone decreases for about 10%, so that's not that great for our hormones and everything, yeah. So the main motivator, why am I able to keep the weight off, and what helps me to on this journey, So that's, we do need to realize that the food is the same way as any addiction, it works. Yeah. So if we do lose that control, what we eat, we can easily go back into the old ways and putting weight on, because the food really excites the brain same way as any other drugs would do. Yeah. So what helps me is to remember all those times that where I was really ill due to the weight, with my back pain, with my all other things that we touched up on my previous videos as well. and and that all that work that I have input to get myself there, so the 2 years when I was really losing the weight, and then also maintaining the weight all through the years, it's a lot of work, so I wouldn't want to go back and then start again. So like step one, start again fresh, yeah. So that's not really great, so kind of make up your mind and just go for it and embrace the change, yeah. So obviously now I don't have all these health problems, and I'm much older than I was. And I actually, what's quite amazing, I will be 41 this year. I do feel better and healthier than when I was in my 20s, mid 20s, late 20s. Yeah, so that's quite amazing to realize, and hopefully that stays this way. So you're welcome. Any questions? And also, there is an email at the bottom of in the description box, so you can email me if you have any questions you want to ask anonymously or arrange any consultation. You're welcome. Have a good day and enjoy your weekend. Hope it helps. Bye.